Do you know, this pole here is the actual opinion pole they use on Panorama. We had a fellow in here this afternoon. He kept sliding down the pole head first. He said he was training to be an Irish fireman. That was an equity-approved Irish joke. Welcome once again to the bowels of the beam. You can't get much slower than this, you know. In fact, they're calling me the bargain in the basement. But it's amazing. This is the actual chute over there, used by Jan Leeming for her after news parties. Once they finish doing all this, they start doing all this. They go crazy. You wouldn't recognize them. What they do is they smear Lucozade all over each other and exchange dirty news items. It's unbelievable. A sort of Gomorrah's world. So think about it next time you see Nicholas Witchell. What else have we got here in this fabulously expensive studio? Ah, yes, this over here. This is the actual revolving doors where Molly Sugden and Val Doonican first went round together. Remember, folks, you heard it here first. And this is my Olympic swimming pool. They call it Olympic because there are 5 rings around the bath. Swimming pool? I've seen B-days bigger than this. I asked the producer for a B-day in my dressing room, but he just said, "Do handstands in the shower, Ken." But enough of all that. Let's have some of all this. Good morning. Mind if I join you?
No, of course not. Please feel free, old chap.
Thank you. Not so warm today, is it?
No, still mustn't grumble. We had a good summer.
Going far, are you?
Yes, I'm going up to Nottingham to see some friends of mine, if you must know.
Really? How interesting.
Now, look here.
Yes, what is it?
Well, I can't help noticing that every time you say something, you keep joining in.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. You're doing it now. Listen.
My God, you're right. I'm awfully sorry. It's a nervous habit. I can't get rid of it. It's awful. It's making my life a misery. Sometimes I feel I just can't go on and just...
My God, I'm awfully sorry. I'm sorry I mentioned it. Please forgive me.
Oh, that's quite all right. Don't worry about it. You travelling on your own then?
Yes, my wife's abroad.
Minded woman, I bet she is.
As a matter of fact, it's our annual business conference in Brussels. She always goes.
Like the Clappers, yes, I've heard.
Look, I don't wish to seem picky, but now you're adding extra bits onto my sentences as well.
I say, I'm dreadfully sorry. Look, I've got a spiffing wheeze. Why don't you try and catch me out by saying something so completely unexpected that I'd never be able to join in?
Oh, yes, that's a good idea. Let's see now. Winky, tinky, binky, pinky, widdly, diddly, no. Nelly the elephant packed her trunk and said, "It's going to be a super day for Virgos. It's a brobrech, boomlich, nick, the new. That is the end of the news. Here is the weather. It will be dull, wet and windy in all parts of the Right Honourable Neil Kinnock MPIXIE. I love ya. All live happily ever after. Oh, I give up.
Just a minute. What's happening here?
Oh, I'm afraid this sketch has broken down due to a punchline failure at White City. All change, please.
British Rail sketches. Typical. And now that. What a week this is for all of you born under Taurus the Bull. You can come out now. At last, all your carefully laid plans will come to fruition, and you will finally achieve your lifelong ambition to become a Nolan sister. Family news will come as a big surprise. You'll discover that your brother is really your granny, and your sister is an airing cupboard. So you won't have to change those knickers at Marks and Spencer's after all. when some girls go to bed, they just lie back, close their eyes and think of England. When I'm taken to bed, I just lie back, close my eyes and think of Britain. And ask myself, whatever happened to Leon?
Good evening. Our special guest in Film Focus tonight is one of the most successful directors working the cinema today. His latest film, Death Wish 27, opened recently to rave reviews from such journals as the Butcher's Gazette and Abattoir News. Who said of it, God blimey, Michael Winker's done it again. And why not? So, let's meet the man himself, ladies and gentlemen, Michael Winker.
Thank you very much, Budsy. Actually, I'm glad you singled out that review from my mates on the Abattoir News. They know what my films are all about.
Precisely. Before we get to the underlying social implications of your films, can I ask you about your suit?
Do you like it? 39 quid, Petticoat Lane.
I was referring to the pattern.
Oh, you mean the Bloods?
Yes, the blood.
The Bloods, yes. Well, this is Death Wish 1. That's Death Wish 2. And this is lunch. Spaghetti with tomato sauce.
And very nice too. The rather depressing sequel to Very Nice One. So, tell me, Michael, mate, you're one of the industry's most successful directors today. To what do you attribute your success?
Oh, the public. Definitely the public. They love my film.
Don't you mean your film? You're also renowned for your revolutionary production methods. For instance, can you tell the viewers just where you have your films edited?
Smithfield. Those lads really know how to cut my stuff.
Some critics, and I wouldn't count myself among them, have suggested, rather unkindly in my opinion, that your films are nothing but exercises in gratuitous bloodletting and violence.
Yes. But there have been some bad reviews as well.
So, how do you defend yourself against your knockers?
Well, with logic and reasoned argument. And if that fails,
Yes?
a chainsaw. You mentioned bloodletting and gratuitous violence. Wait till you see my new one. It's all about desperate, crazed beings who lose touch with reality and embark on an orgy of mindless bloodlust and wanton destruction.
You mean Death Wish 28?
No, the Labour Party conference. It was either that or Revenge of the Living Dead with the SDP.
Mr. Winkler, thank you very much.
Hello, chums. This is my favourite bit of the show, when I relax and just chat to you, man to man. And that includes you, Sybil. It's an oasis of calm in the midst of this wacky, frenzied, but deeply lovable show. It's when I read out one or two of your letters. It's what we call points of view. So, let's have a look at this week's mail. Not worth bothering. They're all Bill's. And I hate Bill. He's president of my fan club. And he keeps writing and saying that he's lonely. What should we talk about, my lovelies? What have you been doing with yourselves? I'll tell you what I've been doing with myself. On second thoughts, I won't. Because it involves a ballpoint pen, a spirit level, and a small bag of marbles. Work it out later. And if you can, send me a diagram. But the other thing I've been doing this week is working very hard on my hotshot, jet-set, megastar, hyper-personality lifestyle. Because, to a lot of people, I'm a role model. One lady wrote to me only yesterday and said she just made a sausage roll using me as a model. Thank you, Mrs. Nutcase of Cheltenham, and I'll be sending you a photograph of the television centre, personally signed by the centre itself. But I digress. It's serial time. So without any more ado, and let's face it, we've all had too much ado, let's go over to Diddley Manor for this week's nail-biting, nose-picking, toe-tingling, collie-wobbling episode of Bo Diddley of the Legion!
Diddley. Bo Diddley of the Legion. Good grief, my wrist's beeping. Thank God I always carry a spare. I know what it is. Clever watch. It's time to go inside and meet Lord Dudley.
No, quick. I'm being watched. Oh, hello. You're watching me too. Everybody's watching me. Well, not everybody. I I suppose ITV have copped for one or two. Where have we got to in the story of Bo Diddley of the Legion? Let's flick through the diary. Wish I hadn't seen that. The hormones are about to do a breakdance. Oh, my God. Let's try the other one. July 17th. Got a letter from Mama today. Apparently, she had a visit from an old flame. I gather he singed her country seat. Mellors, what is it?
Madam, there's a Frenchman without.
Mellors, there's no such thing as a Frenchman without. Does he have a name?
Flexion, madam.
Oh, it can't be.
It is.
On reflection.
It has been so long.
Where was it?
Where was what?
Oh, you silly thing, where we last met.
Oh, how could you forget, my little cauliflower?
Oh, I'll never forget your little cauliflower.
If I said to you, young officer, on leave from the Legion, pretty young girl drops handbag.
Oh, handbag. Oh, the handbag I lost. I was always dropping them.
Romance ensues. What does that remind you of?
Mills and Boone.
Not Bills and Moon. You and I. Natalie Diddley. Oh, naughty Natalie Diddley. Oh, how we got tiddly Natalie Diddley. Tiddly Natalie Diddley.
Diddly, diddly, diddly.
Oh, how we danced.
We were on the floor all night.
That was after we danced. Hemisphere.
Would you like a little spot of tea? Remember how I used to strain your deadlies?
Oh, the agony and the ecstasy. Such happy memories.
Oh, Henri, you're still so elegant. But then, you always dressed Natalie.
Au contraire, I always undressed Natalie. Oh, you nutty foghorn. But enough of this pillow talk. I have news of Dudley, Edley, and Readily, Natalie.
Don't tell me you've seen them.
All right, I won't. I haven't seen them, but I heard about them and the diamond.
Oh, my poor boys. I wonder what they're doing now.
Dudley, I think it's time we had a little chat.
Chat. Oh, I know lots about these boys and girls.
Oh, do tell.
Well, a boy takes a girl into a field and sticks his head in a flower and stings her. Well, no, not actually, really. But, it's a lot nicer than all that awful stuff we were told in prep school.